We're all good. So I just started to try to do the broadcast. What? Yes, it can. Why is it saying it can? Clearly it is, right here. What is going on? Why are we having an issue right now? Has someone hacked into my actual PlayStation, and if I try to run No Man's Sky, they don't allow me to get online? What the hell is going on there? Anyway, we're at patch 4.4 right now. It's so weird that it says I'm offline when I'm clearly online. Let me check this on YouTube and see if it's coming through, guys. Give me 1 second. Because we have a small issue here, and I don't know what it is. But yeah, I think my PlayStation got hit with something. But yeah, I think she got hit. Nope, it's running. It's running. I'm running. So whatever these notifications are, Sony, get on it. Figure it out. All right. Okay, so 4.4 is actually a lot better. I've already been playing it for a while. 4.4 is definitely a lot better than what 4.0 was. They have went above and beyond the call to try to actually fix and address a lot of the issues that players had. And they have some issues right now going on with, like, name tags or something. You know, something to do with, like, the difficulty and it showing if you're, like, if you cheated or something, right? Yeah, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care, because I wasn't going to spend, like, an hour and a half, like, getting slots. Yeah, I put it on, like, free to go get the slots, but after that, I'm done. You know, I'll go back to normal, no problem. In fact, I thought about increasing difficulty settings on normal mode and seeing how that would work. I also made it to where I'll be able to actually mess around with, like actually having things dismantled, so I keep using resources, mainly because, okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I love No Man's Sky for what it offers. It's great in terms of, like, crafting. It's actually pretty fun for the combat that it provides. It's not exactly a dedicated, like, space sim ship shooter fighter slash thing. I've been playing since day one. I owned the game. I was the first person in my town to own the game. And the reason I say this is because I waited until, like, literally 12 o'clock where they were able to put it on the store shelves, and I purchased it right then and there. In fact, they didn't even get to put my copy on the shelf yet. It was still in the plastic container that Walmart puts it in, and they were about to stock them. Someone had handed them to the person at the cash register, and they were going to tell them, look, you're going to be stocking these. I was like, are those the new copies? And I grabbed one, and I'm like, yeah, can I go ahead and just call one right now? They're like, yeah. It's like, this is why you've been sitting on the bench? I'm like, yeah, I went there and sat on the bench from, like, 6, like, p.m. till 1 a.m., guys. Like, that's how hyped I was for this game when it came out. And I played it for a while, even after people were, like, bitching and complaining. Now, I don't have thousands of hours, but I also don't have the budget that only allows me to have one game. I do play other games. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at my channel, you will see why I don't have thousands of hours on No Man's Sky. It's because, as much as I can no-life some games, yeah, I'm, like, maxed out on this one character. I've got to make more characters in order to, kind of, like, do some more crafting. I'm hoping, because for a second, for, like, a millisecond, I want to say after, like, after Frontiers update, I was having issues even building on that second character, because I think my save file in general was all too big. But yeah, I have, like, several bases, and like, I can't build any more bases with how many bases I have. I literally have too many bases to build. That side, and I'm also using a Gen 1 console I need to upgrade, honestly, but I'm, like, waiting for Starfield. I want to see what it's going to be like, because if Starfield's any good, I might get a new console, but honestly, I'm looking at getting PC, finally. I am looking at getting PC. I'm looking into it. That is the idea. To look into getting a PC, because honestly, yeah, this is only going to take me so far. Consoles are only going to take me so far from here on out. And I feel like with a PC, I could probably do a little bit more than just game. I could probably also do better live streams. I could set up my videos better. I could probably run better edits, make better music for like the actual music parts of my, like the music playlist that I have on my channel. And I kind of want to just try. Also, I really just want to try some of the mods for other games as well. I don't know if there's any, like, I don't know of all the mods for No Man's Sky. I don't know if I'd ever mod this game. I don't feel like it needs it. It seems a little, that seems a little much for me. I'm sure there's people who like it, but just for me, my personal taste, I don't really feel like this game would need that many mods. I'm sure like building and crafting is a lot different on PC, because you probably have a lot more options available to you. But I'm more focused on, like, I want to see what some of the mods are for, like, Cyberpunk, and I want to see a decently fleshed out Cyberpunk game. So that's kind of one of the reasons. Another reason is I want to try Starfield on a PC, and I also want to kind of, like, I absolutely want to try Star Citizen. That is, like, the main reason I'm looking at PCs, because they're just going to have everything. With the Xbox and all that being, like, what it is, and being linked to PC in the way that it is, it seems like you can do a lot more with a PC nowadays than you ever could. So console exclusives are going to be automatically added to your Xbox through a workaround. So it's just like, why even, you know, bother just sticking on console at this point? I'm starting to feel the urgency of what a PC would provide me, especially if I'm going to actually start doing more on my channel. And if I do that, yeah, I'm hoping to get a PC. Anyway, spoke about that too long. I'm like fucking droning on and on and on. I will say this, in terms of like fighting, No Man's Sky is actually doing a lot better. So many views. I don't know if it went viral or what, but I hardly ever get any views on any of my videos. Now, I have like 1,000 views on the dedicated fighters thing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it is no longer valid. That video is no longer valid. That video has been out for a total of 10 days. And in that 10 days, Sean Murray has shown us that he is so much more dedicated to his game, and Hello Games has shown us as a team that they are so much more dedicated to the player base than companies like Frontier Developments or, you know, franchises like Elite, where, you know, Frontier kind of told us we were wrong, and that we were wrong in trying to address an issue or a situation, and then they started banning us and boycotting us from playing the game, and it drove a lot of players away. Now, some people, they were like, well, I can't live without my No Man's Sky, so I guess I'll transfer to PC, instead of, you know, understanding that that's not going to change anything for them, because Elite Dangerous is no longer a franchise that Frontier is going to support, even on PC. Once you got Odyssey and you got a few updates, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of it. The last update they got was a video and like a scar on a planet. Just gonna be real with you, I have a big grudge against Elite. A lot of it stems from the fact that they've done it not once, not just to one of their communities, not like in terms of Frontier, they've done it on multiple communities at this point. Frontier also kind of started leaving Jurassic Park or Jurassic World in the dark, and they started giving Jurassic Park players the same treatment that they were getting from Elite, because Elite for a while had a very dedicated fan base, and they figured, well, we've got their trust, we can just ruin it and sully it. And that's like the fucking model for Frontier. Now, as I've said, I'm not gonna go and fucking constantly bash No Man's Sky if they're actively making an attempt and not just saying they are, you know? Hello Games has shown that they're actually going to make an attempt. They've shown this for the past 6 years. So in terms of credit and in terms of forgivability, they have a little bit more, but they have to show that they have to keep going. It's not one of those things like people are like, oh man, simp for the game, simp for the game. No, dude, I don't care what game franchise it is. I don't care what company you think you're simping for. I literally do not care, okay? I care about the consumer. I care about whether or not the company is holding true to its products. When it comes down to simping and hatred and animosity, none of that exists with me, okay? You're gonna get a very blunt and honest truth. Now, what No Man's Sky and Hello Games, what Hello Games has done for No Man's Sky, I want to say, has more than redeemed what the 4.0 launch has made. It's well worth veterans and new players alike to enjoy everything here. There are people who are detracting in that, but they came in like literally like yesterday and the day before that, which is fine. I've openly said to them, as well as left an update on the video, that it is no longer valid. That was made within literally 10 minutes of the update being out, and me playing it and realizing, holy shit, things are a lot different. My inventory is gone, and it was gone. And for a lot of my ships that had multiple guns, they had one gun, so they were just basically pea shooters. But that is now a thing of the past. That video is a thing of the past, okay? Like, it is, like I said, No Man's Sky. I'm gonna refuse to comply, because I don't care right now about the Sentinels. Come at me, bro. Can't do nothing. Come at me, bro. Oh shit, they're actually doing it too. Alright, so yeah, but I mean, I'm already gonna be at the base. I'm not really too worried about it. Oh no, not the slow approach glitch. I have a feeling we're gonna be stuck at the white. Please don't be stuck at the white. Okay. That's an age-old glitch, and it's been there since day one. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the, I want to say there's probably, like, sectors in the game of each solar system. And if if a sector that you're in is extremely crowded with, like, a lot of players, I have no second player base. I'm not in a room with other people right now. That's why I think I have my online on the game turned off. So, like, on the game, my online is turned off. But no, they fixed it, guys. It's fixed. Yes, it's fixed. The people who are detracting, like I said from that video, have a valid reason to do so. They clearly have seen the update post 4.0. They've clearly seen 4.4. And now they are fixed. They're bringing awareness to the game is fixed. And I've said this in past live streams, but I haven't really openly said it as a titled video before, and that's what I'm doing right now. So yes, the game is fixed. There are some issues that people are having. I don't know exactly what those issues are. I've been keeping up with a lot of other things lately. For instance, I've had to pay off my car note and shit like that, guys. So, like, yeah, it's not been easy for me to keep up with just this. But no, from the problems that I address in terms of dedicated fighters, those are fixed. They went with the approach of, instead of actually having the 6-tier items, they just went ahead and buffed all fighters. And buffed the upgrades that those fighters will get, so it'll be about equal to what you had when you had 6 slots, I'm thinking, from what I can gather. But honestly, I'm not like gonna be like all pinpoint precision on this. Like, it's just like, meh. This is not my dedicated channel, but I do love No Man's Sky. I love it with a lot of my heart. I do. I've been playing it since literally like hour 1 of the release in my town. Well, not really hour 1. It took about 2 hours to install the game, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, they fixed the dedicated fighter problem. So that is no longer an issue. I actually tried it in one of my other streams to see if we could still fight like sentinels in mass waves, and it was possible. Wasn't as easy, which is fine, but it was possible. So as long as, oh goodness, I cracked right there. As long as we don't have like you know, like, as long as they didn't abandon it, I'm good. It's like, Elite got a lot of flack for me, not just because they had no choice but to abandon consoles. Well, they didn't have to abandon all consoles. That was bullshit. They clearly could have kept working for PS5 and the new Xbox Series X. They chose not to. The reason that I got mad about Elite Dangerous being what it was because 5 to 7 items right here. I'm going to just come out right here and say it. They had to apologize to the community for getting snippy with the community. Their stocks plummeted to 17%, or no, was it 40% less than what they originally were when they started attacking players of the Odyssey community and players of consoles. They literally started attacking players of consoles. Hello Games did not do that. Hello Games said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to focus on the problem, we're going to sort out the issues, we're going to fix it, and they did. Elite Dangerous still has people complaining about Odyssey and even going back and rolling back their updates and DLC. So people who are detracting are typically Elite players who are sore because No Man's Sky is a lot better off now. Some of those people are literally just here just to piss me off. But it's not working because really, genuinely, some of them are right. They're absolutely right. Some of them are absolutely correct in saying that the dedicated fighter problem has been fixed. Yeah, No Man's Sky got to work on it. Something I wish Frontier would learn is how Hello Games treats their customer base versus how Frontier treats theirs. Frontier, if you're not milking or if you're not buttering their fucking cheeks, they will ban you from forums. They will ban you from their Twitter page. If you're being harsh, concise, or strict with your criticisms, they will come out in droves and just the simps will come trying to devour your life. Which is why they have about 80% less of a community user base than No Man's Sky has. And No Man's Sky dwarfed Elite Dangerous when it comes to like stuff like this, because No Man's Sky handles their shit. Frontier doesn't. Frontier doesn't handle like their games. They just like give them a few updates, give them a DLC. You know, fuck off console community. They've done it for 2 franchises so far, and then they bunny hop to another franchise so they can keep their pockets. That's all it is. Their whole model is make game, break game, shit on player base, move on to next game. That is Frontier's whole model. Now, Frontier Developments and Hello Games are 2 different companies, and they are making 2 different games. I understand that. I understand that Elite Dangerous is more of a simulation, and that No Man's Sky is more of a sci-fi retro experience. I love that. I love them both. And I did love Frontier. Or I did love Elite Dangerous and Frontier with all the work they had done. Until they decided they didn't like the console community anymore. And then they wanted to fucking shit on us. Okay? So when I talk about Frontier and Elite Dangerous, trust me, it's because both of these games I love wholeheartedly. I have a lot of passion for. I love these games. I love them. Okay? That's not going to change just because of 1 update or 2 updates. But my image of a company really affects me a lot more than my love for that game. And if the image of a company shows me that they can't be trusted, I'm not going to fucking go to that game or trust them. Keep in mind, a lot of these games collect data. They do, guys. It's just the fucking clear and present truth. So if a game company is willing to show its player base that it's actually willing to work on issues that are, that need to be addressed, then I'm more than willing to give them a free fucking pass when it comes down to it. But when a company comes out and fucking attacks YouTubers on streams, or even just people on their streams, when a company does that and then decides to start banning people because they don't like having to hear any valid critique, and they just start fucking isolating themselves into an echo chamber, I'm sorry, that company no longer gets a free pass for me. It's why I have not played any of the fucking Uncharted series. I thought about it, and then, the latest Uncharted, they decided they were going to create an echo chamber. And I've seen this with a lot of companies. EA has done it, and they fall into the wayside. Notice how every company that creates an echo chamber kind of just, like, decides, hey, why is our stock margins down? Well, it's because you guys created an echo chamber, and an echo chamber chokes and slowly suffocates the progression of a game. And development, might I add, because none of the valid criticisms can get through. Because all the valid criticisms you don't want to deal with, so you just block those people. Alright? Like, No Man's Sky and Hell Games did not do that. They fixed 4.0. They actually did a lot of work. So yeah. My old Dedicated Fighters video is literally, it's obsolete, guys. Thank you guys for those who tuned into it, though, because, like I said, I don't think that if we had made such a stink about it, I don't think any of these things would have been addressed, because it wouldn't have raised awareness to these issues. Okay? And people who think that, oh, it's not valid, don't raise awareness to an issue because, meh. Sorry, guy. Dude, you need to go and sit in the corner somewhere and figure yourself out. Seriously. Because, like, you have too much dedication to a company and not understanding that that dedication to that company is misplaced and or going to be misused. Okay? The most passionate of people who love something are going to try to make it go up in the world. They're going to try to make it perfect. Alright? And there are those of us who have enough passion to raise awareness to issues or flaws that may have existed. And those people help make the game better. Because when you address a flaw, you fix the flaw. You fill in the gaps. You fix the cracks. Those cracks are no longer there. You're welcome. As for the people who are saying, oh, he's crying and bitching, that's toxic as fuck, dude. If people have a valid criticism and they're coming out in the hundreds, and I've got like several people in that video that were coming to me and saying they agree, they've dealt with some shit, then obviously it wasn't just me not knowing what I was talking about, dude. Now granted, I did look at some of the ways to get it to work around the issues, and unfortunately, there were some issues that I probably should have actually taken time, a few breaths, and addressed. There were a couple issues like that. Like the slots, it would have been nice had they just transferred General over, or at least split General, the slots that we already owned, which is what I had said in that video. It would have been nice if they would have just split those slots and given to us in tech and in our cargo. But they didn't do that. In fact, some of us came back with less slots than we initially had in tech. So, yeah, I lost like 4 slots in tech. But I digress. Anytime you raise awareness to a situation or a problem in a game, it helps the developers fix that problem. I'm not going to apologize for doing that. I'm not going to beg for forgiveness for doing that. No, fuck that. If I raise awareness to something, it's because it exists. If you don't want to acknowledge that that problem exists, you know, yeah, there were workarounds, but we shouldn't have had to go through the hassle. Okay? So, like, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Yes, they have fixed a lot of the problems with like inventories. They've given a lot of people back some of the inventory slots that they had lost for tech. Like they'd given additional tech, which was actually good because honestly, a lot of people, I think if they had done that from the start, no one would have really complained as much. It wouldn't have been such an ouchie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in terms of 4.4, I've tried it. I've actually played with it. I've messed around with it. The new options that we have, I don't know if I'm currently at custom, but I think I am. Yeah, I need to go to, like, I think I have difficult on hostile, right? No, I need to go hostile on that. But I do have predators on. And they have defensive, but I don't have that on. I'm gonna go with challenging enemy strength and hostile on these. But yeah, when it comes down to it, like, difficulty changes. Now, I can enable them or disable them. I'm gonna keep them enabled because the difficulty changes weren't really my main issue. It was just a couple of them. Like, I felt like making purchases free, which is what I had to do for my slots. I needed that to do for slots and to actually put my upgrades back on my ship, but now I can go back to standard. Basically, I do not know why item standard... I need to put items destroyed on that. Technology damage, minimal. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a new setting. That's a new setting. But I felt like they're all making purchases free was going to be one of those things that is going to suck a lot of the like need and necessity for the game. The only thing I used was to get my slots back, but putting that back on standard, I'm not going to put it on expensive because from what I've seen, standard's pretty fucking expensive at the moment. So, get to go fuel usage standard, everything else is standard. Items destroyed. Death consequences. Actually, we'll just go standard, but technology damage challenging. Technology modules enhance and protect Starshoot. However, extreme environmental combat conditions can cause these modules to become damaged. Now, I like that idea. That I like. I like the technology damage idea. That's a new one, and we never dealt with that before. That's a new one. I don't know if I'm gonna go minimal or challenging on that though, because I don't have my stockades in my freighter built up yet. So. Survival difficulty challenging, obviously. I've got too much stuff on my character to not be challenging. I'll just go standard on that. Sprinting, standard. What is relaxed? Removes the life support cost, but still require... I don't care about that. I'm not trying to relax. Health and hazards, survival elements, fool. What is this? What is this? What is this? Survival elements. Health and shields will gradually recuperate on their own. Hazard and require regular charging. Okay. Health and hazards. What is this? I don't know what full, health only, and hazards mean though, but okay. Inventory transfer range, that kind of takes away from the whole... Okay, so we have this item in most of our freighters that would allow us to transfer inventory between our freighter and ourselves, so long as the freighter was in the system. But as long as it was anywhere in the system, we could transfer. So I already had that infinite, right, before the update, and now they're giving us a choice, which means I'm wondering if that means just by putting it nearby, if I keep the original settings by reinstalling the tech that I once had on my freighter, that they that they have a difficulty setting for now, which I think is what they did. They tried to remove some of the tech from our freighters so that we'd have a, you know, difficulty setting to fixed, you know. Basically, we had this item that if you installed it to your freighter, you could transfer, so long as your freighter was in the system, you could transfer to any of the planets from your freighter that you wanted to. Alright? And then we had another one that was on bases, that anywhere on that planet we could transfer from our base. I don't know if the infinite on this negates that or completely destroys the ability to do that, but yeah, my freighter didn't have the transfer item because they removed a lot of the tech slots. So because of that, I wasn't able to install that, so I'm going to put it back on nearby now that I have installed the freighter option. Reputation and gain, I'm going to keep that on standard. I think this is good. I think we're good here. I think we're good. Yeah, just go ahead and apply these settings. These are fine. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be getting another, I don't know if Sean's even talked about another expedition, but let me go check it out. Also, I gotta see if the network options have been closed out. If I'm multiplayer enabled, let's go to discovery log. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, now we at least have a reconnect item. We can at least have a reconnect item. Ha ha ha! So that means if I'm not connected because someone doesn't want me to connect or they dox me off, guess what? I can just reconnect. So yeah, we weren't online, now we are. Let's see if it fixed it. Oh, we're online, we're with multiplayer now. Oh, I love these ships. I have one of these ships. But mine is a needle nose. It's a nice one though. Very, very Klingon warbird. Love it. Very Klingon warbird. Alright, let's go here, go out. I'm just gonna basically change ships and log out, guys, because yeah, this was only really supposed to address the criticisms that came a little late on my old 4.0 video. That video is already obsolete. No Man's Sky, I'm gonna be honest, Hello Games got on the ball. They did. They got on the ball 100%, and they actually did do a lot of work. I never did say that new players would have a problem with this game, though. Not once did I ever say new players would have a problem with this game, so I don't know why the one retraction said that, but alright. It's like new players would have nothing to lose, therefore they'd have everything to gain by playing the game, but hey, you know. There's always going to be some negative Nancy's out there. I'm not too worried about it, you know. They can speak if they want to. I'm not going to fucking tell them to leave the community or anything. Everyone has an opinion, you know. Everyone has a voice, and I think it's fine. I don't got a problem with it, period. Like, at all. I'm not gonna tell people to leave the fucking community, however, if they don't wanna, if they just wanna bring, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna wall you off just because you have a different opinion than I do. Come on, seriously? I'm sure some of those retractors were Jason Plays' fan base who wanted others to leave the community if you know, they wanted to speak ill of the precious game. I mean, come on, guys. Have some fucking rational logic. I love No Man's Sky just like anyone else. The difference is I'm not going to simp for a game. That's the only difference between me and most people. Oh, ow, we got a blue screen. That always happens. Always. That is the one issue they can't fix with this game.